Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
I think that works, Gina Ricci, and we have some extraordinary women that are excited out of their minds to be here today. Is that right, Andrea?
We are very excited to talk to you.
Beautiful. Well, so thankful that you are here. And Gina, who do we have?
Wow. Let me just say, what we have the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners. These extraordinary women are all part of this association, the longest standing statewide organization for women owners in New Jersey, whose primary objective is to support, encourage business ownership by women, supporting women, all women in business in New Jersey. You guys, I love how you say it. I probably won't say it like you. NJAWOB. NJAWOB. This mantra is relationships leading to referrals, leading to revenue. Since 1978, you guys can correct me how I said that in just a moment. And they have helped women achieve their business visions, providing tools to develop and grow their enterprises. Partnering, leading, leadership, education, political advocacy are all the hallmarks and networking of this association. Diverse, dynamic, and powerful women in business. So that is today's real rock star, Real Raw. So
wow.
Right?
It is really, truly an honor and a privilege to host so many amazing women. And I just moved to New Jersey myself, and to hear, your ladies' mission in the world and what you're up to. It is really, truly an honor and a privilege for myself, Gina, and Patricia, to be able to host all of you wonderful women today. So thank you so much for being here with us today. And Gina, let's introduce these wonderful women.
First, we have Erin Hoffman, certified financial services, educating, empowering individuals and business owners how to avoid financial failure, take a holistic approach, examine gaps and threats in our financial worlds, and is an independent insurance agent as well, and an investment advisor. So please, everyone join me in welcoming Erin Hoffman to The Real Raw.
Hello, Erin. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Such an honor and a privilege to have you here. And, we'll share some fun facts in just a moment. but I'm curious for you, what is your why for doing what you do?
Great question. My why, I came into the financial industry because I really wanted to educate and empower women and women business owners on how to achieve our goals in the best way, whether that's for ourselves and our families, or if we wanted to start businesses, how to go about doing that, and really providing the education and tools and expertise on the best way to go about doing that.
What has been your most inspiring story of like someone you've been able to help or empower?
Absolutely. There are many, but I think one of the best ones was a young mother who was a part-time physical therapist, and she wanted to open up her own practice. She had a 1-year-old baby. This was in the middle of the pandemic, and she said, this is what I want to do. And she did it, and she's now just opened up her second location about 2 years later. So I am so proud of her, and it's been great to work with her. She's a real inspiration.
Wow, that is what. Thank you for sharing that story, and I could tell that touched Patricia's heart. So Patricia, anytime you want to jump in, please do. But thank you for sharing that amazing story with us. And Erin, what is a fun fact? Like, what is something that none of these ladies know about you that they would be like shocked to know about you?
Some of these ladies might know this, but my heart and soul is my 80-pound chocolate lab mocha, and I love she's everything.
Aww.
that is super fun. Well, if you are working from home today, maybe we will see a visit from Mocha to come say hello at some point.
Maybe, yes.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Erin and Gina. Who else do we have?
Next, this extraordinary woman has an online-based law firm built with the needs of the small businesses in mind. Focus areas are business and intellectual property. She's the Northeast Region Coordinator for NJAWOB. You can please say that, share how to say that.
You can say NJAWOB.
NJAWOB. Thank you, NJAWOB.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
NJAWOB. Please, everyone join me in welcoming Ms. Melanie Cunningham to The Real Raw.
Hello, Melanie. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
How are you today?
Good. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. And what is it? I'll ask you a different question. What caused you to say yes to Andrea that you would be on the show today?
Well, I knew Andrea wouldn't steer me wrong. I think I met Andrea maybe a month or two after joining the job, which was maybe a month or so after, not too long after I started my business. So we've been, colleagues and partners ever since. So I thought, okay, I'll do it. And this is also a year where I'm trying to stretch and grow myself personally. So I said, why not?
Beautiful. And what do you feel like your biggest area for stretch and growth is this year? Like, what are you practicing the most?
So it's kind of twofold. One is to not overwork. So I'm trying something new. Where I thought, to try something beyond just like a bunch of hours and just working. Like I realized I might need more space to relax so the creativity juices can flow. But also I've been asked, I started getting asked to participate whether on different panels or trainings or opportunities like this. And my first inclinations in the past were like, I don't know if that's for me, if am I the person to do that? I'm kind of reserved, a classic introvert. But now I'm like, well, I have something to say and share as well. So I'm just trying to say yes more this year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for saying yes to being here with us, because really and truly that is why we're here, because we can't grow personally or professionally without getting yeses. Would everybody agree with that? And so this show is all about how to get more yeses with heart, with integrity. And so, Melanie, I'm so glad that you're here and in our participant seat and stretching yourself. And what is your fun fact? Like something everybody would be shocked to hear.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I know they all know I love to travel, but maybe they don't know that I love to bake as well. Like I love desserts and I like to bake. So that's one fun fact.
Ooh. So now you know who's bringing the treats for the next party.
Yeah.
For sure.
Get your orders in.
Put your orders in. I'm certainly glad I live in New Jersey now. Well, thank you, Melanie.
You are the lucky one on that, Bella.
Yeah, right? Definitely. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Melanie. And Gina, who do we got next?
The statewide vice president of membership of NJAWOB from Fair Lawn, New Jersey, the one who brought all of these extraordinary women together. She is a public relations rock star, like securing press coverage to provide her clients with third-party editorial endorsement, earned media, keeping clients relevant and driving sales, using interviews, product reviews, quotes through leadership. Featured in the press, she grows brand awareness and provides her clients with social media content through media placements. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming this extraordinary woman, Andrea Pass, to the world.
Andrea, welcome. I know you were a little nervous about today. How are you feeling now?
Oh no, we're all excited to be here. When you get a group from the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners together, we band together and we get every job done top notch, and that's what we're all about. So thank you, Bella, for having us, and we're excited to tell you more about the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners and all of our businesses.
Absolutely. And thank you for, saying yes and bringing all these amazing, extraordinary women together. And Andrea, what for you, did you start the New Jersey the New Jersey Association of Women Business? Did you start that?
Oh, no. The New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners is 44 years old. So wow. I have not been in business that long. I hope I look a little bit younger than that.
Yes, absolutely. You had to have started pre-womb days.
I was in school, I think I might've been in high school, but we're all here now. And when I branched out and started Andrea Pass Public Relations, one of the first organizations I joined, and I joined on the spot, was the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners. And I went to a meeting and I believe, Melanie was there and Jane and Erin and Cecelia were at that particular meeting. And right then and there, I said, I'm joining this group, because what's amazing about our organization is whether you're a high school dropout or you have a PhD, what matters is that you have a business. You are a woman in business in the state of New Jersey, and you are growing your business, whether you are single, married, divorced, a mom, a grandma, no kids, it doesn't matter. What we have in common is this goal for business growth in whatever that means to each and every one of us. And it really does mean something different to each and every person who is involved with NJAWOB.
Beautiful. Wow. And Andrea, what was your personal mission in joining NJAWOB and then leading in the capacity that you're leading? Like, what was the why for you?
Well, certainly NJAWOB, we're an independent organization. So really the why for getting involved, as a solopreneur, as a small business owner, is to learn. I mean, we need to learn something new every day. We don't know it all. There's no way everybody can know everything. And we all can't be experts in all of the different areas. So if I have a legal question on intellectual property, I'm going to Melanie. If I have a financial question, I'm going to Erin. If I'm trying to figure out how do I do this presentation and present it well, I go to Jane. So each person, social media and understanding social media, Alice and Cecelia have heard many questions from me about that category. So we all do something different, but we bring it to the table. And I think that anyone who is joining us today, who is in the state of New Jersey and is a woman in business, please come and join NJAWOB because you'll learn something new every day and you'll meet such amazing people that become lifelong colleagues, but even more than that, lifelong friends.
Beautiful, Andrea.
Amazing.
So because you were the, and Patricia, anything you want to add or say that I'll introduce Patricia in a moment. Andrea and I spoke about her. She's a Disney executive. When I heard, this amazing group of women were coming on, I asked Patricia, I said, hey, can you just at least jump on and say hello? She's in her car because she literally just landed back in Orlando after a 4-day influence immersion we had in New Jersey. So Patricia, thank you so much for, popping on and gracing because I don't know, what she has negotiated with Disney as an executive, at Disney, and then doing some side, things on her own has been absolutely extraordinary. And there is no one that I know of that speaks more elegantly and can take leadership consciousness and put it into such a beautiful context. So anything you wanted to say or add there, Patricia? I could feel that something resonated.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me into this conversation because the association sounds phenomenal. Just the fact that it's such a beautiful network of a thoughtful application of information for these women to move forward in an empowered way is incredible. And the fact that it's been around for 44 years and this is the first time I'm hearing about it, we've got to change that. More people need to know about it. So I thank you all for being here and introducing me into your world. It's a beautiful connection. So thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. And so, Andrea, as the leader of this group, the pressure is on for your fun fact. Like something they wouldn't know that they would be they would be in shock to find out.
Well, I'm one of those people that everyone knows everything about me. So it's very hard to come up with a fun fact that this group of women would not know about me. But I guess pre-pandemic, I played Mahjong every single Tuesday night with a group of women that we call the Very Friendly Tuesday Night Mahjong Group. So, making time for friends is always super important. May not be a weird fun fact, but I'll challenge you when the new Mahjong card comes out.
Now forgive me, I have no idea what Mahjong is.
Oh my goodness, Mahjong is a tile game that originated in China. And actually a few years ago, I was in China and they play with these tiles that are almost the size of playing cards. And you have a card and you have to try to match your tiles with what's on the card. So in simplistic terms, it's really, you have to be thinking, but with my group of friends, we're always busy talking. So we have a lot of fun. It's fun to play a game and hang out. And we look forward to the day that we could all be together again and play again.
That is super fun. Well, thank you for sharing that, Andrea. And Gina, who else do we have?
From your neck of the woods, this extraordinary woman is from Westwood, Bella. She's at ALO Marketing Services, NJAWOB's Northwest Region Marketing Coordinator, developing customized social media systems, providing social profile optimization, and the Content Compass is designed to publish the right content at the right time, guiding buyers through decision-making, etc., resulting in closing more deals fast, according to Alice. So please, everyone join me in welcoming Alice O'Mahony to The Real Raw.
Welcome, Alice. Now, I have one important question for you before we get into whys and all of the things. I just moved to Ridgewood, New Jersey, and I'm looking for friends. Can we be friends?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
So, Alice, what is your why for how you got into AOL because it's not AOL marketing services?
You know what? My why just really started with a lot of people doubt themselves. They doubt the value they bring to the table, and that's what I thrive on. I thrive on pulling people's expertise and getting it out as in front of as many people as possible, because we all bring value to the table and we all need each other's expertise. And, you know, and I got that courage from the NJAWOB. You know, I love this organization, and that's what I pride myself on. I pride myself on when people come to me and say, oh my gosh, I really know what I'm doing. I am the expert, and you got it out in front of a lot of people. You know, everybody needs that good pat on the back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Alice, I would love to, Patricia, if you would share, because we have some beautiful moments this weekend of, you know, empowering women, because I agree with you, Alice, is, you know, one of the things that I am present to as women, it seems like we don't own our greatness as much as men do. Men have no problems talking about how wonderful and how great they are, but women, we are much more quiet about our gifts, our talents, and really owning that. And that's a space that we stepped into this weekend, Patricia. And what did you experience and see, kind of what happened in the room around that?
It was extraordinary in truly being in a male-dominated space, which normally the conversations in that space are truly about everything of growth and movement. And then it was a pause in the middle of everything to state, let's honor the power of women. Let's honor who they are, the voice they have, the presence they have, and their full influence in the space of influence mastery, and how that flow is different and equal. And I just loved everything about that. And I must state for everyone here, if you don't know, Bella Verita is truly a phenomenal woman. Like, she comes into a space, she drives community for sure. She also is always about empowering women and ensuring that women feel secure and safe in the spaces that she resides in. But she builds community in bringing the two together, both male, female, in energy, in communication, and in full on movement forward together. That is Bella Verita. So I thank you for how you show up in the world, Bella.
Yeah. Amen.
Thank you for that, Patricia, and you know, Alice and Andrea and Erin and Melanie and Jane and Cecelia and everyone is, you know, I believe, and I think you all would agree it, as women, is we hold a lot of power just in our being. We can cause massive movement without having to force and drive and pressure. Like Patricia said, we can walk into a room and we can create massively with just our energy and our being, as long as, you know, we're owning our greatness. So thank you for access to that. And Alice, what would be, and then I'll ask you your fun fact, what would be like the biggest moment of your own empowerment where you just felt so empowered to do or cause anything? Is there a moment that stands out to you?
You know what, I think for me, my moment of empowerment is when I think I'm presenting a very simple fact for people in their business to help them along, and they act like I just gave them the world. And you just feel so empowered because all I did was just show them a very simple method, a very simple process, and they just act like you just gave them the solution they've been looking for years. That's what you do. You feel empowered by your expertise and your generosity. You know,
I
really
love it.
helping people along.
That is fantastic. And so, speaking of facts, what is your fun fact?
Okay, so this is kind of silly, but I'm going to put it out there. So, in college, I had a nickname, and my nickname was derived from my maiden name, and my maiden name was Short Tall. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Short Tall. Okay, one T. SOSHORTALL. And in college, they used to call me Medium.
That is so fun.
So it's just something little and fun, but yeah.
That is super fun. Thank you, Alice, so much for sharing that with us. That is super fun. Tina,
that is awesome. Oh my goodness. That is really cool. So next we have Cecelia Henderson with us today, a digital marketing expert. WSI Marketing is their company. They partner with businesses to help grow services from development plans to execution, web design, online ads, search engine optimization, taking classic strategic approach and focus on lead generation, converting leads to customers, leveraging competitive analysis, all the things in that space. Please, everyone join me in welcoming Cecelia Henderson to The Real Raw.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Cecelia. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I think
I don't know many women in the digital market. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Alarm sound is going to be in the morning. That applause. I'm going to wake up.
It's great, isn't it? Yes. And so, Cecelia, I don't know many women in the digital marketing space. So how and why did you get into, you know, in like maybe 30 seconds or so, well, how did you get into that space and what was your why?
Well, I had a long career as a marketer, and digital marketing is really a subset of marketing. So all of the rationale, the why, and what drives the execution is an understanding of core marketing techniques. So I had the opportunity to come in to start my company, and I did, and I'm thrilled. I haven't looked back. The opportunity to take those principles and apply it across a whole bunch of different verticals, because I spent most of my time in healthcare, diagnostics, pharmaceutical, medical device. Wow. But now I'm any vertical you want to mention, I could be involved in. And it's interesting how those skills translate across any part of industry.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that, Cecelia. And Cecelia, being in marketing, I'm expecting your fun fact to be like the best, most illuminating of the show. So what is your fun fact?
That is so funny.
You gotta capture all of our attention.
I don't have that much illumination here, but you know, I have a great love of science fiction. So I could spend the entire day either reading sci-fi or I'm watching Station 11 now on HBO Max. Very good. I read the book, so you know.
Wait,
so, yeah.
So are you like Star Trek or Star Wars? Because that's always like a sci-fi battle.
You know what? I appreciate both sides.
Oh, very diplomatic of you, Cecelia.
I need to be more towards
sci-fi,
but I did enjoy Star Wars, so there you go.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Cecelia. And Gina, we have another final step.
I did enjoy Star Wars, so.
Awesome. Well, last guest today for now, except, well, actually I'm Patricia, but we have Jane Paterson. One Perfect Speech is the name of your company, empowering people to speak up, building effective communication techniques, developing abilities to connect authentically. Sounds familiar, and we're so glad you're here. Please, everyone, join us in welcoming Jane Paterson to The Real Raw.
Hello, Jane. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bella and Gina, for inviting me today, and for Andrea for setting it up.
Oh, yes. And I am hearing this beautiful accent. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Cape Town, South Africa. The very, very tip of the continent. Yes.
Beautiful. And what brought you from Cape Town to New Jersey?
I've asked myself that question many times.
I just moved to New Jersey from Florida, so I understand. So yes, share with us how you went from Cape Town to New Jersey.
My husband and I, for many years, had talked about living somewhere outside of South Africa. His parents are English, mine are Scottish. Relocating around the world is not a big step for families like ours. And he was offered an amazing job here in New York City, and he took it. So we packed up lock, stock, and barrel with the little 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and we moved across the world. And the relocation advisors said, New Jersey is the place to be, and Westwood chose us. And that is how we ended up in New Jersey. Yes.
Wow. what an extraordinary story. And what caused you to get into the speaking in like 30 seconds or so? What caused you to do that?
I really want to springboard off what Bella said so well, is that women can effect so much change. They can inspire others. They can bring about change. They can do all these things that make us enormously powerful. The problem is, if you cannot express your thoughts, if you cannot communicate effectively, engagingly, and confident, it's all going to stay in here. You need to be able to work on your speaking skills, because every act of speaking is public speaking. People think public speaking is just standing up and give a speech. It is not. Every time you open your mouth, you are communicating. And the way you communicate your message can affect the people around you enormously. So it is a skill that is never taught, very rarely in school, very rarely in college. But if you can polish your speaking skills, then when you're called upon to speak up for whatever reason, to advocate, maybe you need to advocate for a child or a cause you believe in. If you can do it effectively, you're going to have a much stronger influence at the end. And that was one of the reasons I got into this field of study.
Jane, we are so incredibly aligned, and this is the mission of Unblinded. As we mentioned, I don't know, Jane, I'd be curious on your thoughts, how many speakers are as crazy as we are, but we just finished a 4-day immersion where we were speaking about 12 hours for 4 days, then hopped on a plane at 6 a.m. to fly to LA to speak for another 7 hours at an OsteoStrong event. We'll get a few days rest before Saturday. We are speaking at Lee Steinberg's Super Bowl party, who is the original Jerry Maguire, where we're speaking for a couple of hours at his party. Are we crazy?
No, absolutely not. What makes speakers engaging and makes us drawn to them is when people are authentic. We can smell through fakery. The moment you put on a persona and feel like you need to be the businesswoman or the talk show host, as long as you're putting on that persona, people are going to see through it. If you're your authentic self, and if your authentic self is high energy, bubbly, crazy, to use your word, whatever your authentic self is, that's what people are drawn to. They're not drawn to someone who's putting on what they believe someone else should see. So no, I don't think you ladies are crazy at all. I think your energy and the way you present yourselves is incredibly authentic. And I'm assuming I'm not alone when I say it's very charming and very engaging. I'm very drawn to watch and to pay attention and to listen. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do as speakers.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for that, Jane, because that is, really interesting. That's what this is integrity-based human influence. And no matter whether we're speaking to one person or a group of people, we're always influencing, people, so we're always looking to get that outcome. So thank you so much, Jane. Jane, you gotta have a fun fact from Cape Town. Tell everybody what your fun fact is.
My fun fact is not really based in Cape Town, although it is associated with the sea, but the water there is very cold. People would probably not believe I am a maniac on a jet ski. Do not put me near a jet ski. I will go further, faster, and more crazily than anybody else, to the point that my family will literally not go jet skiing with me. To me, it's the greatest sense of freedom. I rode horses for many years, and it's even better than galloping on a horse. I'm a jet ski maniac. I own it.
I love it. That is amazing. All right. Thank you so much, Erin. And since we're running a little bit behind schedule here, let me introduce the conscious leader, Patricia Marday. I kind of spoke about her a little bit already, because I know, you probably got to get back on the road, Patricia, but just wanted to say thank you for popping in, coming to meet these extraordinary women. As I said, Patricia, share with everyone, just because I don't know how long you've been at Disney. I know Disney, empowers women as well. So if you want to speak into that, and then what it is that you're doing, and any final words you would like to leave before we kick this off.
Indeed. So I am, and thank you.
Like how, I'm sorry, Patricia, but this just came to me also. But maybe even talk about like Sean when he came and spoke at Disney as well. Maybe tie that in as well. So go ahead.
Yes, beautiful. For sure. So I'm an executive at the Walt Disney Company for supply chain trade management. And one of the other spaces that I lead in as a co-chair is DE&I, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so what Bella is referencing is in having a speaking engagement inside of Disney, I invited Sean to be our keynote speaker in regards to inclusion and what that looks like from his perspective, which was a beautiful space of conversation with many, many leaders within like product and development. And so with him providing that type of insight, it opened up the listening of a lot of developers that were able to see life from a different point of view, and Sean being able to share his experiences and how communication is important to him because of the fact that he can't see, and what it looks like to just engage with people in a different way. So it was very powerful to have that experience, and I was super proud to see the results of that conversation. And it continues to reverberate today in a lot of things that we do and what we're talking about, and how in pushing things forward when it comes to inclusion, since inclusion is truly about everyone getting into the conversation and feeling wanted and a part of the community. So those are the spaces that I'm in, including first generation professionals. So that's another reason why I love this association that's here, because when it comes to women in regards to first generation professionals, they're the first to be miscommunicated in their spaces that they're in, just because of the fact that they are the first. So in really just giving some insights in that spaces and in speaking engagements for that space as well. So that is the background on me. And a little fun fact about me, which I'll make this super quick, is I went skiing in 2020 for the first time, and going down the bunny slope, I didn't know how to brake. And so I found myself going towards the lodge. And when I finally decided to make the turn, one of my skis completely flew off. And so I ended up on my butt with one ski and cracking up with laughter, to the point that there were tears running down my face, and assistants were running down to get me. And everyone's like, "Did you break anything?" And I said, "Only in laughter is what I broke." I broke out in laughter, and everyone laughed.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Patricia. And yes, we're probably running about like 10 minutes behind schedule right now. So hopefully you can stick with us, because we've had some beautiful connections, but we've got a lot more to go. And Gina is here with us today as well. So everyone will have an opportunity to, and Patricia, you're more than welcome to stick around if you got to get back on the road. Completely up to you. Yes.
I do.
Right. Okay. Well,
thank you. So nice to meet everyone.
Thank you. Love you, Patricia.
Bye.
And so Gina, so we have Erin and Melanie today. So today, ladies, we are unpacking the superpower of influence, because we are all seeking, yes, as we spoke about with Jane, we cannot grow our businesses. We can't have influence and impact in the world, even if we, have a mission to save lives or feed children. We've got to be able to get yeses to be able to serve our missions in the world. And so today is that opportunity to go from hello to yes. So Gina Ricci will be anyone that you want her to be. And so you'll set up the scenario, and she can be a potential client. So someone who's, maybe going to come to your firm, and how you would go from hello to yes. Like you just met and you're saying hello, and maybe you want to set a longer meeting to be able to talk about your business. So Gina will be anyone that you want her to be. And then we'll hear from the judges in unpacking the superpower of influence. Does that sound good? So Gina, who should we start with?
Let's go, Erin, because you're right in the middle of my screen. So Erin, you're up first. We'll have like a timer, and what do you want? What is the situation you want to go from hello to yes with?
All right. I guess we'll go with the potential client scenario. Let's give that a try.
Perfect.
Okay.
So
and who do you want Gina to be? Anything you want?
A business owner, any kind that you want, Gina. Any kind of business owner.
Got it. Okay, so.
And then you'll have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes, Erin. So Gina, take us in.
All right, so hello.
Hi, Gina, how are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm wonderful, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Tell me, I heard you own a business. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure thing. I have like a couple of minutes right now. So I started a coaching business that I've been building and, working to gain clients, starting to create a marketing plan and working to really empower people through trauma and help them rise above the pain, the trauma, to know that power within them, that the love within their soul can carry them, through, and they can help serve others immensely through their story and through the gifts they have within them. So I'm working, that's what my business that I'm growing is.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing, Gina. And I think your mission that you're doing is absolutely amazing. And I'd love to hear more about it. And I don't want to take up too much of your time today. I'm really passionate about working with women business owners myself, and I would love to share with you how I help to educate and empower them. Do you think that would resonate with you if we had a call for about 20 minutes at another time?
Definitely, but can you give me like a little bit more insight? Because I would like to know if I, just give me a little more insight about what you do, like another, I have like another minute and a half or so. And if you could just share a little bit more.
Sure,
so I know more. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I help business owners. I really help them to protect, grow, and ultimately exit their businesses and help identify what gaps and threats we have. And, can we be reaching our goals in a better way? So I would just be happy to share some tools with you to see if anything might resonate.
So, and what would set you apart from, like somebody else who called me a couple of hours earlier, sort of about the same thing? Like what is something you might say to me that could set you apart from that?
Sure. I really take, the first thing I do with business owners is take them through a protection audit, really reviewing any gaps or threats that we might not realize, right, could prevent us from being successful in our business.
Okay. And, how do you generally what kind of a meeting, like how do you do this? Is it Zoom or, how
Sure.
do you?
I'm happy to do it on Zoom or meet up in person, and only be about 20 minutes, whatever is best for you. And, we could go from there.
What exactly is your company called? What is your company?
Certified Financial Services.
Okay. So financial services. I wasn't even really sure what exactly that you were referring to. So that certainly helps a lot. And yes, let's set it up for next week sometime.
Fantastic. Great. So I'll send us a Zoom invite.
Excellent. Thank you.
Phenomenal job, Erin. Great job. That was phenomenal. So next up is Melanie. Melanie, who would you like Gina to be?
I suppose another business owner who has successfully run their business for at least 5 years. And they are, I guess, really looking at the next 5 and how they can grow. So they've kind of passed that those startup pains, and now they're in growth.
Okay. Any specific kind of business owner, or do you want me to be a specific kind of business owner? Or any?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right, Gina, take us in.
Hello.
Hi. It's Melanie speaking. How are you?
Hi, Melanie. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm glad we got a chance to meet at, a breakfast meeting and now take it on to a one-on-one. And I was really interested in just hearing more about what you're up to now. I was interested in, whenever I meet a business owner that has managed to own their business for more than 5 years, I'm always looking to connect with those businesses.
Got it. Well, thank you. And I just have a couple of minutes here, but it's been it was a lot to get started during COVID. It was a crazy time, and but I was I'm very grateful for the clients that I'm able to serve. And it's right now, it's just me really doing all the coaching and the work and the building and the growing still. And I am really ready to take it to the next level. So, it's taken a little bit of time to get where I'm at and have, success, and I'm ready to, make it blow up at this point. So what is it that you do?
Yeah, I guess, well, again, just kudos to you for surviving 5 years. And I work with small businesses from startup to in their growth phase. And I guess I'm always curious about what's the next 5 years? Like, what are the plans to grow and expand your business?
Well, thank you. Really the next 5 years look like really co-creating with other high-level, integrous, heart-centered business leaders in the space where we can really help each other grow and accelerate. And so that might mean taking on more coaching clients, creating marketing, partnerships, ecosystem mergers with other businesses, other companies, and with high-level business leaders, so that I can connect with other leaders who want to grow. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. And I'd like to, double my income in a year. I'd like to double my clients in a year and have more people on my team.
Sounds great. So you're creating, getting or engaging in different partnerships or strategic partnerships, maybe even adding to the team. That all sounds wonderful. Listen, I just wanted to leave you with, I am a small business attorney, and I work with small businesses to help them, grow and thrive and have a peace of mind around that background, that operation stuff. So, if you want to catch up as you're growing, and maybe we could schedule a longer meeting to discuss, how we could possibly work together.
Outstanding. I actually would love that. Looking for, a lawyer to help me with that right now. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll connect.
Great job, Melanie. Great job, Melanie. Great job, Erin. And let's go to our judges. So let's start with the woman who put this all together. Let's not start the clock yet, team. So Andrea, you will have, Andrea and everybody, Cecelia, Allison, and Jane, you'll have 30 seconds to give feedback to Erin and then to Melanie. And what we want to do here is something that they did great, something that they would improve on, and then a score of 1 to 10. So 1 being like, you would rather go to like the salon and get a bad haircut versus having a longer conversation. 5 being like, if she offered a cup of coffee, I'd probably meet her. And 10 being like, you would spend the entire day, cancel everything on your calendar to spend the entire day at the spa because the conversation was so incredible. So Andrea, let's start with you. Your 30 seconds of feedback for Erin.
Okay, great. Well, I think that the most important thing is because we network so much, both Erin and Melanie approach this as someone they've met already. So it wasn't a cold call because none of us do cold calls anymore. So being that it was someone that you met already, Erin, you certainly approached it as, you knew each other already. You chit-chatted a little bit already. And that was important because no one wants to go in for a hard sell. And you didn't do that, which was great. You made her comfortable. You talked about who you were. The only change would have been maybe saying it up front, but you had the call scheduled, so you would have said it up front. So,
and what would be your score, Andrea?
I give everyone 9.5.
For Erin, what would be your score for Erin?
9.5.
And then we'll go to
awesome. And Andrea, I would invite, because I'm assuming that part of this group is to offer referrals to each other. So the first time you get on the phone with someone, it might not be someone that you know. And so, if Erin referred someone to Andrea, and Andrea, you're calling that person for the first time, that could be setting up, having a conversation with someone for the first time, going from hello to yes to schedule that longer meeting. So, always keeping that in mind as well.
Yeah, and certainly we've all met people through other people, but usually like if someone refers someone to me, I'll do my homework on that person, and 90% of the time they've done their homework on me. So before we get on the call, we do kind of know a little bit because they don't want to meet with me unless they want a public relations person. And so you're not going to meet with Erin unless you know what, I need to get my finances in order And therefore, I'm going to meet with Erin because she's going to help me, put my money away and make money.
Absolutely. And Andrea, you are in the public relations business. So tell us a little bit about why people would want to work with you.
People want to work with me to be bigger than they are. And that's important. I'm getting press coverage. And if you're in the press, there's that perception is reality. If the press quotes you or interviews you, you are important. And therefore, others do want to do business with you because you've been featured in the press. So I get my clients featured in radio, TV, newspapers, magazines, blogs, podcasts, what have you, to keep them relevant, to be able to tell their story and to drive that awareness so that the listener, the viewer, the reader is going to purchase. So they're going to hire you if you're a business consultant or an attorney or a financial planner or what have you, or they're going to buy your book or your cookware or your widget because others are talking about you. So when someone else talks about you, that's editorial endorsement. Makes you bigger than you are.
I love it. Thank you for that. And how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Melanie?
Melanie is a top-notch attorney. And so she took that approach of comfort and let's chit chat because this was a small conversation and you need to have a further conversation. And she's going to help you get all of your legal matters in order. So I think that Melanie hit the nail on the head in the way that she was speaking with Gina about her business and her business growth because she's already 5 years in and what she's looking for, and that Melanie needs to spend more time with her. So 9.5.
Beautiful. Phenomenal job. And I forgot we had 4 judges. So usually we go judge one person at a time. So Andrea, did you put this together? We got to hear on both, but let's go with Alice. How about your feedback or your 30 seconds of feedback for Erin?
Erin, you said a very powerful word. You started with a protection plan. There's certain key words that you need to say to somebody that makes them feel better and they'll remember you and want the conversation to continue. And you did that tremendously. You really did. I love how you started with the protection plan. I think the only other feedback I would give you is just to say, just say your company name up front and then at the end. But, again, you're definitely led how warm you are and very comfortable speaking right off from the beginning. And again, saying those powerful words. And definitely minimally give you a 9. Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt.
Thank you, Alice. And let's go, Jane, your feedback for Erin.
Erin did a great job. I loved how she went straight in, making the connection. We always have a little bit of small talk. We never go straight to the goal-driven discussions. It puts people off. Some of the things where I thought there was room for improvement, I did heard someone mention, and I think it might have been the candidate, saying, I only have a few minutes. I think Erin did say this will take a few minutes. I'm a big believer on that first call, even though we've been recommended to each other, referred to each other. I do always start with setting expectations. I always say to people, let me just give you an idea of what we're going to be doing in the next 20 minutes or whatever time they've booked for their initial consult. And she touched on it, but it does make people feel comfortable about saying, okay, this is all we're going to do. I'm not pressuring you for a sale. They back down and they become much more engaged in what you have to say if you set expectations and put those boundaries in place. I agree as well with Alice that I think you need to come with a nice, catchy punch point up front. Stay concise, but lead with something that's going to be a bit of a hook.
And what's your score?
Oh,
and what would your score be? Sorry.
No, score is 9. Score is absolutely 9. Yes. On the money with those things. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And finally, Cecelia, let's go with your feedback from Melanie.
Well, I think Melanie did a great job. I mean, one of the things that I was struck by is that Melanie asked questions and asked about the business, and she cannot help a client unless she truly understands what that client might need. And by asking that client to look to the future and to see where they thought they would be in the future, that kind of gives her an idea of where the gap is, the needs that she might be able to fill. So from my perspective, I think it was a 9.
A 9.
Awesome.
Beautiful job.
Thank you.
Beautiful job. Well, thank you so much, ladies. And this is the time that we get to do a little reverse role play. And we talk about, the formula for integrity-based human influence is 4 energies, 4 steps, and 12 indispensable elements. So we're going to do a little bit of a reverse role play and see if you can maybe pick up some of those 4 energies, 12 indispensable elements, and 4 steps. So we'll do this randomly. So Gina, I have a number underneath the desk between 1 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go around the room and have the women guess which number.
Sounds good. Okay, first on my screen, Jane, what number do you pick?
I say she has 4. Number 4.
You are very intuitive, Jane. Very intuitive. So you can set up the scenario, any scenario that you would like, that I would go from hello to yes with yourself or anyone here, or you can pass it to one of your other sisters in business here.
I'd love one of the NJAWOB ladies to tackle this, and I'm going to jump right to Cecelia.
Okay, I need a little clarification here. I'm sorry. So I'm giving you a scenario where you're going to try to sell me.
Yeah, or go from hello to yes. Maybe not necessarily a sell, but something that you would like to see go from hello to yes.
My gosh, I couldn't even think.
It could be like a scenario of your own that you reverse, or something that's meaningful, a meaningful yes.
So I can tell you who I am and what you might be trying to come to me with. Is that what you're saying?
That could be an option, yeah. So yeah, because it could be a hello to yes for, if you want to do, like, I could be you in your business and going from hello to yes in a client. It could be, sometimes we've done things where, people want to learn how to raise funds or want to look, how to enroll the PTA in something. So it could be, any meaningful yes that you are seeking in the world.
All right, well, let's just flip it and say that you're going to try to sell me some type of marketing services, possibly digital, and that I am a client who is just afraid of all things that have to do with the internet.
Okay, perfect.
And I want to grow, no less.
What's that?
And I want to grow, no less.
And you want to grow, no less. Okay, no problem. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Cecelia?
Yes, it is.
Cecelia Henderson?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. Cecelia, a pleasure to meet you. This is not a random sales call, but I got your number from my good friend, Andrea, and she says that you are looking to grow your business, but kind of a little bit afraid of digital marketing. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I want to grow my business. That's definitely true. But, this digital thing isn't just, I'm not particularly comfortable with it.
I can definitely understand that in this new digital world. It can be overwhelming for sure. And so hopefully in this conversation, if anything else, I can just make you a little bit more comfortable in understanding digital marketing. Is that fair?
That's fair. I just want you to know I only have a few minutes though.
Okay, no problem. Cecelia, if this next couple of minutes is not worth your time in a longer conversation, I promise it'll be of service for you. And if it is, then maybe we can have a longer conversation.
Sounds good.
So tell me, aside, what is your mission in the world? What is it that you want to do and grow?
Well, I just want to grow my firm. I want to have more consultations. I want more new leads. And, word of mouth has worked well for me, but I feel like I could probably do more. It's just that I haven't really focused on anything aside from the in-person and networking.
I can understand that. So I'm hearing you've been very successful at, a referral business, growing your network, and now you're looking to branch out a little bit. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
And I understand that digital marketing, kind of scares you a little bit. What about it do you find that it is scary?
Well, just the fact that I don't feel that I have full control over it. I'm also running into people all the time that are not happy with the results. Wow. And I just don't see putting money into something that is that intangible.
I can understand that for sure. And what has you open to digital marketing now? Because I sense some hesitancy, but you got on the phone with me because it's something that you're exploring. So what is it that you see the possibilities are?
Well, first of all, there's my friend Andrea from NJAWOB, and you know, she said that you knew what you were doing, and so that kind of helps because again, I've run into people that have been burnt by this, and I just have not made the investment, and I've been able to grow my business and be very comfortable with it without it. And so at this point, I might be open to trying something, but in a very limited way.
Definitely understood, Cecelia. I know you only have, maybe a minute left to go. Is it okay if I tell you a little bit about myself?
Please do.
Beautiful. Well, I own a digital marketing agency, as you know, and we specifically work with people that do have a little bit of hesitancy that, maybe have been burned in the past because we understand that pain. Digital marketing is a very volatile marketing. Sometimes it depends on what the platforms are doing. And so you want someone that truly understands the platform and is an advocate for you in your business. Would that be correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm sensing that it's also important to you that you have someone that you can trust, maybe that you can ask questions to, that'll help you understand the process along the way. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. And I think keeping me apprised of what's going on. So progress reports, not just, the black hole of I'm doing this or that. What are the results?
Well, thank you for that, Cecelia. And, I would love to be able to, I know you don't have much time right now, but if you're open to it, love to have a longer conversation and just show you how our firm works, how we work with our clients, how we compare to some of the other, maybe larger companies, and as a boutique agency, how we service our clients, how we show you how we get results, and how we show you every step of the process to make sure we don't feel like we're just this company over here doing these digital marketing things, that you actually understand what we're doing, that we're in partnership in your marketing to create the results that you want. Is that something that resonates with you or not?
It sounds very good. I'd love to meet with you.
Beautiful, Cecelia. Well, we will definitely set something up. How was that for you, Cecelia?
That's really good.
How did that feel? Was there some things that were supportive and anything that you noticed in that conversation that you would be able to take away, and anybody else, anything that you noticed in that conversation that you would be able to take away to be able to get more yeses? So Cecelia, and then anybody else who wants to share.
I think one of the things that you did, and this is one of the things that I always try to do, is to relate to what the person is saying and not to, first of all, minimize it. We all know that there are people out there.
All that validation, Cecelia. So that's one of the 12 indispensable elements is validation, is validating, because Oprah Winfrey held a stage and a microphone for decades because she made people feel, I hear you and what you say matters. So phenomenal. Keep going, Cecelia.
I think that by validating and then talking about how you might be able to address those concerns, at least at a high level, because you only had a short period of time, it made, it would make the client feel comfortable that you're hearing them, again, validation, but also that there is a solution for that. Because one of the things that I say in this is as well, the reason why we do digital marketing, in fact, is because you can get results. You can see the impact of what you do. If you print a flyer and just pass it out, you're never going to know how many people saw that flyer. You might find it in the trash. But when you have a website, you will know how many people came to visit it. When you do social media, you know how many people saw it. So it commented, how many people engaged. And these are the metrics that can let you know what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. So there's a lot of data that you can use. So, it shouldn't be a black hole. And a lot of times.
It sounds like you know what you're doing, Cecelia. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And Andrea, I know that you have to hop. How was that role play for you? Any takeaways, and how was being on The Real Raw today for you?
We really appreciate you, Bella, and Gina, and Sean for welcoming the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners We are always open to new members, so go to NJAWOB.org and please join us, because we have something for everyone. And I think the most important thing, today is seeing so many different women in so many different areas of business, but all having that common goal, and we all have our yes and what we're striving for. And so we really appreciate you welcoming us so we can share our businesses with you and with the Unblinded audience. And hopefully, if anyone's interested in any of our areas of business, please reach out to us. I'm sure you'll be tagging us on social media and sharing our contact information so that there are other people out there that will benefit from our services to help grow their businesses. So thank you on behalf of Cecelia, Erin, Melanie, Jane, and Alice, and the entire board of the New Jersey Association of Women Business Owners. We thank you for having us as your guests today and look forward to coming back soon.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's been an honor and a privilege. And yes, we'll definitely, put everybody's information into, all the social media channels. And next time we have an event, we just had an event in New Jersey. So sorry we missed everyone. But next time we have an event, because we definitely are, bigger in the New Jersey area and would love to have all of you amazing ladies out. And next time you have an event, maybe a few of us Unblinded ladies will even join you, because it definitely seems like a great group of women. So thank you, Andrea. And let's go to Erin. Erin, how was your time on the Real Raw today? Any takeaways for you?
It was fantastic. And thank you for having myself and my lovely NJAWOB fellow members on today. Takeaways for me, I always feel empowered when I'm with these women, and that was really great to kind of walk through the hello to yes scenario. And I appreciate the feedback. So that was fun to do.
Beautiful, Erin. Well, fantastic to have you here. And let's go to Alice. How was your time on the Real Raw today, and any takeaways for you?
It was fantastic. Very, very uplifting, very positive. I just love the whole, getting to the yes, from hello to yes. Got great pointers, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you for having us on.
Thank you so much, Alice. Absolutely extraordinary to have you here. And let's go to Melanie.
Yep. Same as Alice and Erin. It's been wonderful. Fantastic. Definitely learned a lot, not only from yourself and Gina, but also from my fellow NJAWOB members. A lot of takeaways and tips on how to influence authentically.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, fantastic to have you. And Jane, how was your time on the Real Raw today, and any takeaways for you?
Oh, it was terrific. Thanks everybody who made this possible. I always enjoy spending time with these ladies. They just give us all such a boost when we're together. And I love that you two ladies are so authentic and real. And I feel like the relationships we have at NJAWOB have been enlarged by having you two ladies in our lives today. And yes, definitely the lady who is in Ridgewood, Bella, you must pop in and see us and join one of our meetings. We would love to have you as part of the crew. So thank you. Thank you for the time you put into this. It was very enjoyable.
I would love that. So we'll definitely be in contact with you. And Cecelia, any finals on your takeaways or how the Real Raw was for you today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. A pleasure meeting both you and Gina. And, very happy to always be involved with my colleagues from NJAWOB. And a big takeaway for me was when you were asking us all about the whys, many of us, in fact, everybody is motivated from the heart. And that is probably what makes NJAWOB such a great place to be. I mean, we kind of say that there's this underground underpinning of relationships that lead to referrals and revenue. But the main thing is the relationships. Nothing else happens unless we get to know each other. So I am just so thrilled that we had the opportunity to be here together to share about NJAWOB, also to share about our businesses and to learn more about you and Gina.
Beautiful. Well, Cecelia, thank you. And Jane and Melanie and Alice and Andrea and Erin, thank you all for being here today. And this show was posted live, and then we will also do an edited version where we'll put an edited version out because we all know sometimes not everybody has an hour attention span. So we'll edit it down to about 10 minutes and highlight all of you ladies that way as well. And I definitely look forward to joining you at a future meeting because I am new to the New Jersey area. So I don't have a whole lot of connections there. So it'll be great to connect with you all there. And thank you for being with us today. And Gina, we are all blind.
Just learning to see. Thank you, ladies,
Bye-bye,
so much. It's been an honor. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you.
And then I totally forgot. Sean put that gift in the chat. I told you there's 404 steps and 12 indispensable elements. So the team just put a gift in the chat that explains what all of those are. So definitely download that. And you should also be getting it in an email following the show as well. So thank you all for being here and have a wonderful day.
Bye everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.